What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and
You're already forward to something hot, girl. The shit that I do for the show, honey. The suffering, the pain. I love y'all, cause baby.
listen, he's scorching hot over here. He's scorching hot. Now, listen, we were supposed to do this interview like maybe an hour from now, and then we changed it, and then we were supposed to do it 8 minutes from now. But we decided to just go ahead and get this thing started because we are on a time crunch tonight. We definitely are on a time crunch, so we're trying to get this thing going so we can keep it moving. But today's guest is one of my favorite people in real life, not just on the show, but in real life. He's one of my favorite people. He's a rapper. I always call him Young Mystical. He knows this ever since I heard his songs. I've been calling him Young Mystical ever since. Ever since. Not only is he a rapper, but he's also an actor. He's reality one of the premier faces at this point of the reality TV realm, and right now he is starring on the fifth season of Chasing Atlanta that is now airing, and he's also starring on the first season of The Circle Atlanta as well. And he was also on another show called Web Life Atlanta as well. Y'all might not remember it, but I do. However, with that being said, let's bring in our guest, the self-proclaimed Prince of the South, Rico Cassadine. Rico
What's going
Cassadine.
on?
What's
up?
What's going on? You ready?
It
It look like you ready.
Here. I'm blessed to be here. I finally done made it, Lord. I done made it.
See, I didn't know it was like a place to make, so I take that as a compliment.
Right. I take
the girls look forward to it. But yes, girl, welcome again. Thank you so much for bestowing us with your presence. And me and Rico know each other for about 2 years now. For a long people see me do some shit. There's some things that he can never talk about because I would kill him.
I know you, girl. I know you.
That's fine, but everybody else don't need to know that. That was it. But I love her dearly. I love her dearly. Have a good city of mine. And one thing that I noticed when I was putting this interview together is that we've worked on now 3 separate projects. We did
yes, we have.
2 together.
Mm-hmm.
And he filmed that first scene with The Circle, and he walked in. He was like, "What you doing here?" It was like production, and then here we are again, production.
It's like Jamar is following me, or I'm following Jamar, one or the other.
Whatever the case, they're just going at the same time.
Y'all following each other. That's what it is at this point. Y'all follow each other.
But yeah, so even though we've given you your own introduction, we've given you your accolades, but just for the people that may not be familiar, we want to let them hear from you. So tell us who you are, what it is that you do, and an interesting fact about yourself that the audience may not know about.
Well, my name is Rico Cassadine. I am the Prince of the South. I am an actor, rapper, model, and activist. I am from the state of Georgia. I'm not from Atlanta because South Fulton County is not South Fulton is not Atlanta.
Okay, Amaretta.
Camp Creek is not Atlanta.
It's not Atlanta.
Washington Road is not Atlanta, but I'm from Georgia, so I'm close to Atlanta. And on fun
That's
fact,
Atlanta. That's
right.
Atlanta.
I mean, he'll make LGBT Atlanta. I'm just playing.
Right, that's Atlanta. In the metro area.
I'm in the metro area, correct. But a fun fact is that I am a homebody and I'm actually very shy.
Really? You look it up. I don't see that side.
But see, something you didn't know.
I don't see that side because girl, she be out there. She be having herself a good time. So I'm like, all right.
Well, you always catch me when I'm clocked in.
Oh, child. Well, yeah. Yeah, for the most part. So we know that you are an actor, you're into modeling, rapper, of course. So, which of the three would you call your first love, if any, or are they all sort of equally baked?
Acting is the first love.
What? Ooh, oh, girl. It's we're gonna go ahead and continue because
Gotta say, we having problems right now.
see, but you know what? The devil will not win because we will go ahead and proceed forward with a win.
But no,
So,
acting is my first love, and then music.
because you started acting prior to music, so
Sure
how did you
did.
make that transition?
It actually happened. I was working on the Mister, which is a project from ACTV. Wesley Henderson, someone we both know and love.
Shout out to PC.
Shout out ACTV. He created a project called the Mister, which was about a guy named Hayden and his love life and his crazy friends. And I auditioned and I got it, and we filmed the first season, which took almost 9 months to film. Well, it took 6 months to film, 6 or 7 months. And after that, and it started coming out after it wrapped, and it came out. I literally didn't have anything else to do. So the pandemic hit, and I was at home, and one of my friend at the time, he was telling me how he enjoyed listening to me rap. And he was like, "Why don't you try rapping?" And I was like, "Well, I've never really written a song before, so I really don't know the logistics of how it goes." So I just started playing with it and learning, and I wrote my first project during the pandemic, and it's been up since then.
So you just kind of learn how everything about songwriting is as you
Yeah,
as
I literally was in my car every night during the pandemic watching YouTube about writing music, finding your sound, learning how to compose, all types of stuff.
okay. I mean, that's actually what I be doing because I'm trying to build the skill now, jotting stuff down. It's getting a little, but I'm trying to learn from y'all. That's speed. So one of the things about your music in particular, I don't see how you do it because I feel like I don't see how you don't have laryngitis with that signature sound that you make. I'm like, just how do you? Because I know you do it multiple times in the booth. So I'm just like, I just feel the scratch. How?
It just comes down like I have my talking voice is totally different than my rapping voice, but it's just something that naturally comes out when I start rapping. Like I don't know where it came from.
I mean, it's your signature now. I don't even know if you can even abandon
I mean, I feel like on my new project, I have a mixture of a more different sound compared to what y'all are used to, and I did that purposely because I didn't want to get trapped in just sounding like one thing.
it.
I
Okay,
actually wanted people to listen to my music and hear what it is that I have to offer, other than just that signature sound.
okay, that's fair. And we like to see, people not being one-dimensional. I think the most successful artists are the ones that can reinvent themselves, try new things, and just expand upon, their music platforms. And that's what they make their
That's
best out.
that's what I try to do. I try to reinvent myself. Hold on, hold on. I don't think I put this on do not disturb mode because I don't want nobody disturbing me.
Okay. As Scotty said, his internet had kicked him out of his that. It's good. We don't
But
let us.
yeah, but yeah, it was yeah, it was weird learning. I literally was in the booth just practicing different sounds and different techniques of rapping, and I just started yelling on the track, and
It's like,
it's
this
been
is it.
up since then.
This is it. This is it. So, who would you say are some of your biggest inspirations musically?
Um, Missy Elliott, Ludacris, Trina, um, Mystical, DMX, Uncle Luke, Kilo Ali. Who else?
DMX loud screaming. That's
Huh?
so definitely DMX loud screaming.
DMX, Mystical. Like I take a little bit from all of them.
Okay, that's super dope. Now, this is gonna be one of my new favorite questions to start asking for in the interviews as far as like our LGBT uh, musicians. So as queer people, we often have to find ourselves hiding large parts of who we are while growing up. So tell us how you navigated your queerness as a child.
I was gay as fuck. It was no hiding that. I was gay as hell. And I don't feel like I never had to hide who I was. I never really have a coming out story. Um I think I think they just knew. Like, I mean, I knew who I was from jump. Like, I was a little sissy just running around.
Because I've never seen any pictures of you as a young child before, so I'm imagining that you probably always had this sort of more masculine build,
And
uh,
such a little cut attitude.
and just a woman, just a full-fledged woman.
That's it. That's it. God damn it. That's it.
So you never had any sort of, you never had to deal with the obstacles of like necessarily coming out, dealing with any familial issues, anybody sort of bullying. Because I can imagine somebody trying to bully somebody who looks.
Baby, my high school career was wonderful. I didn't have no problems. Middle school, yeah, it was a little shaky because the little kids was like, "Oh, you act a little sweet and the sugar." I said, "Well, baby, I am sweet, bitch. I'm Dixie Crystal. What's your problem?"
And
I've always been like that.
mm, well, I mean that definitely worked in your favor because they do. I was not just which I was a docile little skinny boy girl, and the girls were not having it. But I always had friends that fought, so whenever anybody picked on me, they beat their ass, and so they stopped.
Child, let me tell you, growing up it wasn't a hard time for me. I'm blessed to actually have parents that allow me to be myself. We had a rough time in high school when they wanted me to do something that I didn't want to do, but other than that, they've always supported me.
Okay, that's good. That's great to hear. I hope we fill the world with more parents like that. So even though we know that you're currently, airing on the season of Chasing Atlanta, we first worked together on the Circle Atlanta. So really quickly, how would you compare your relationship to the cast of the Circle versus the cast of Chasing?
What relationship? I actually have one with Chasing.
The cast members.
Oh, those were great coworkers. I made some good friends. I mean, of course, Alyssa, I already knew. Melly was cool people. I mean, besides the little drama that he had, I never had a problem with Melly. Cash, that's my brother. That's about it.
Hmm.
All the other people were delusional and crazy, and I really hated y'all had me around those psycho people. Mulatto was cool when she was being nice. She was cool.
But the other side, just
No,
nothing.
all the rest of them people are crazy as fuck. Those people are crazy and retarded, and I don't know what's wrong with them.
God damn
I'm
it.
sorry, y'all.
So,
Don't worry about it, Scotty. My shit was like that last night.
all the rain, the damn weather.
But at least you could get back on. My power went out, and bitch, ain't nothing came on to 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
Scott, I just finished the number 5. So I did your first one.
Damn, you went through them, Danny. Damn, okay.
Not
Number 5.
really. Not really. I don't think so.
Okay. So you ready for number 6?
Yeah.
I think I don't know if that. I think the numbering fell off, but it was right after I asked about
Yeah.
the women for the Circle and versus Chasing.
Okay. Okay, so now that I'm back, okay. Well, it's gonna be I don't know how long y'all was on it, but we ain't gonna harp on it for too long because it's one of the longest storylines of the season. But to finally dead the situation, did you ever mention anything about dropping on Dominique, the empty body?
Did I say anything about anybody to Dominique? Is that what the question was?
Yeah, we gonna settle. We gonna get this right here, and get the hard.
Yeah, did you ever see anything about dropping a bomb on Dominique to
No,
anybody?
no,
Okay.
there was no bomb. That is a false statement.
So now here's the better question, because it feels like the whole situation, as we see it, miscommunication, the game of telephone, all that stuff. Is there any reason anybody else would go to him and say that about you? Because I'm like,
I can't speak for nobody. I don't know these people.
Pretty much.
well, look, I just needed. I we gonna need. We just need to get that out there on record. Just be like, did that
Hell,
happen?
girl, you should know more than I do, Jamar. Hell, you know the bitch.
I know both of y'all, and that's why I was. But I was like, you know what? Honestly, whatever I was like, it ain't got nothing to do with me, and I wasn't about to go all that game of telephone because again, it had nothing to do with me. So I said, child,
Clearly, it had nothing to do with me either.
oh my goodness. I mean, one thing about it, regardless of all the hoopla, it made for great television.
Huh?
It said, regardless of all the hoopla, it made for great entertaining content.
Yeah, girl, we entertain the shit out of these people, but I don't know these people. I just work with him. I ain't know this man from a can of paint. Like I kept saying, I ain't never met his man. I ain't never just saw his man the first time in person at Aaron's event. That was the first time I ever saw him in person.
Yeah.
Well, no, I take that back. I did the night of in question when Drew tried to lie, flip the stories around about the dry high situation. He was with him that night, so I can't lie and say my first time ever seeing him in person was at Aaron's event. He was at Compound that night. That whole situation happened.
Oh, okay. So one of the things from the show, I don't think anybody has delved into this in detail. At least if I did, correct me if I'm wrong. Did we ever talk about specifically what was stated at MSR? So we can hear it just from you. We heard.
Yes, what was stated at MSR was when I was out and about and I was hanging with Trinity, I ran into Dominique. And when I ran into Dominique, Dominique was like, he greeted Trinity and he was talking to Trinity and they were talking. I was just standing there because I was waiting for us to go inside. And at the end of the conversation, Dominique just turned around and asked me, "Here, can you take a picture?" And I was like, "Okay." And I took the picture. And she took that, and I said, well, that's the only interaction really that I've ever had with Dominique. So it was kind of like a hey, or like it wasn't even a hey. It was him treating me like I was an assistant to Trinity. Like that's what I said. I didn't say anything malicious. I didn't say, oh, he a bad person. I didn't say, oh, fuck him. I ain't say nothing negative. It was just like it was one of those situations where he treated me like the help, and I was like, well, I'm not her assistant, but I said that's the only interactions I really ever had with him, and that's the only thing I know about him. So that's what was stated at MSR.
So I was like, I guess so. So basically, Drew took that commentary and said, "Oh no, you were talking about him because we had the conversation in." So that's what Drew was referring to in that moment.
Yeah, I guess she wanted to use that as me talking negatively about him or me supposedly having a problem with him. But I ain't had no problem with that man. I ain't know that man. I could care less if that man said hello or not. I was just telling her my first experience meeting him. That's it.
So it's essentially this all started from the rumor starting about the bomb, and then so him hearing about the rumor, going on TTV, making the comments. You went to his DMs after dropping the pin.
No. Let me clear that fuck shit up right now. Let me clear that up. Because I love how he liked to play like that was the first thing I said. And that's not how that happened. That's definitely not how that happened. And I said it at the table. I said, if you're going to tell the story about the dropping the pen, tell the full story. I first initially said in his inbox, hey, what's the problem? Because I don't do internet beef. So I asked him what was wrong, like what was going on, what was his issue, what was the problem. He ignored that message. So then me and Dante, who was the guy who got on TTV Live, had got into it. So then I posted on my Instagram story, "Hey, Dominique and the whatever the drug head boy name was, please keep my name out your mouth." Since neither one of them wanted to talk to me about what was happening, I said, you know what? Keep my name out your mouth. If you got an issue with me, keep my name out your mouth. So then once I tagged both of them in there, Dominique responded going off. And I said, well, I asked you, was there a problem? But since you have an issue, you can drop your pen and we can handle it in person. So that's how the drop your pen got told. So when people keep saying, oh, well, it could have been a conversation, y'all could have been squashed this. I tried to squash it before it even got on camera.
All right. I'm glad I said, because I was like, I'm thinking, you know, it was just like, oh, okay, you said comments and it was just straight to the drop the pen.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is the way it was made to look on the show. Like you just up and came into his inbox and just said, "Bitch, drop your pen."
Nope, that's not how that happened.
That's exactly right on the show. Yeah, I'm glad you did that up so we can know what's going on.
Yeah, that's not how that happened. And I even said it at the cabin trip. If you gonna tell the whole drop your pen situation, make sure you tell the full story about how I tried to resolve the situation and you were being a little cunt and didn't want to respond to it. That pissed me off a lot because everybody was like, well, you said drop your pen. You said drop your pen. I only said it after you got smart with me. So he brought that on himself.
All right. I want to allow everybody to speak their side so we can hear it. You don't want to get no misconstrued editing.
Ain't nothing misconstrued. I ain't doing nothing.
So, and that's what we have to watch. That's why we have.
It ain't no misconstrued. I ain't say none of this stuff. All this was brought to me. So I ain't say none of it.
So I want to get your perspective on this too. So one of the issues that was going on between this whole conflict between the two of you was like, oh, you had made comments about his man. Now, do you feel like that whole rumor got started from the text message that Jay initiated?
Yeah.
So we blame Jay for even bringing up that narrative at all.
Yes, Jay brought that narrative into play. Yes, he did. But the gag is, if people notice, the only time I started talking about his man was after the fact that we got into it. And what people don't know is he did some slick shit on Instagram and Twitter. Him and Troy were posting little smart ass comments and little smart ass tweets and posts on Instagram, which made me say, okay, well, fuck you and fuck your man.
So you let out that scorpion with the paid scorpion with
I said, so if y'all want to keep poking at me and playing with me, bitch, I'm going to poke you and play with you. Because I still have the message, the screenshot from what Tag said about being 30 years old, having to live off your mama. And then Dominique posting, oh, at least I'm not 30-something years old, still stuck in my mama's house. Which he likes to downplay, talk about some, oh, I was just, no, bitch, you brought that up. So how are you getting upset that I'm talking about your man, especially after they done already came up with a lie on me, saying that I tried to sleep with your man or I slept with your man. For all the drama and hell that y'all put me through, lying on me, I said I should have slept with him. Hell, for all the bullshit that y'all was lying on me, I might as well should have. That's why I said that. Because y'all came up with a whole false story about me and this man. And I'm like, well, since y'all gonna talk about my booty cat like that, I might as well should have just let him eat it. Shit.
This booty cat word.
That is so funny to me.
So one of you have touched on this from when you were on TTV's live one time, but how did the text message make it from Jay's phone to production?
what happened was it was already stated and being talked about around the camp. Um, Everybody over there already knew about the text message. And how I got a wind of the text message is because Array, one of them told Array about it. And Array, being my friend, came to me and told me about it. And that scene with me and Array sitting in the studio where we were talking about Rico with a K hit me, before we shot that, he told me about it. Array said, well, you know there's information going around saying that they got proof that you had a bomb to drop. And I was like, what kind of proof? They said it's a text message. And I said, a text message? Who was text messaging? They was like, well, it's between Carl and Jay. I said, who? What Carl? My Carl? Carl Levonville? K-Star Carl? He was like, yeah. So I politely stopped filming and called Carl on the phone and asked Carl, hey, girl, is there a text message between you and Jay talking about something with me having a bomb on something about Dominique? He was like, no, it ain't no bomb. Jay asked me a couple of questions. I was like, girl, send me that text message. He said, okay. So Carl sent me the text message. And that's how it got entered into production because production saw when the text message came.
So they were in the room as it happened.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, it was right there when it happened.
It was like nobody else knew that exchange really would happen until like a month later. So I'm like,
as soon as I'm guessing, and this is all I'm guessing because the only person that I knew that was tight with Array like that in that camp to be able to find out anything, Drew. So what I'm guessing is Drew and Array were talking about it, and Drew was like, "Well, no, there's real text. There's proof that Rico got a bomb. It's proof. It's in a text message between one of his friends." So I'm guessing that's what happened, and he reported it back to me, and I got the text message.
But this thing got so many bits and pieces and moving parts on
So
stuff.
many layers.
And none of it got shit to do with me. Ain't none of it came from me. I'm just sitting in the background, ready, willing, and filming, getting ready. Bitch, and I ain't even know none of this stuff was going around. I ain't even know nothing about no text message. I was like, wow, y'all got time on y'all hands.
So we know that we had the HIV awareness thing, words were exchanged, and that led to the physical altercation. So fast forward to the episode that we saw that just came out, and you guys sort of mushed it over. It was kind of like, okay, we're done dealing with this. We both said what we did was wrong. We kind of were dead of it. Do you see a possibility of the relationship moving forward where you guys are closer? Because y'all are really a lot alike.
What's the facial expression?
Stay tuned to Chasing Orlando Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for all things Chasing Atlanta.
Girl, fuck you. That's fine. That's fine. So, switching gears for a sec, you had your listening party. I think like back in January.
I think so. Yeah, girl. I'm sorry, y'all. I know we live, but when I gotta do this because I feel like I'm blurred. I feel like I had the RuPaul filter on. I'm so sorry.
Not the RuPaul filter. That's season one. That's season one. So,
okay, what was the question? I look better now. Okay, I'm sorry.
You got OCD. I understand because I'm not going to see this hot. At your listening party for your upcoming record titled Young King, tell us a little bit about the project and what your favorite record from the album is and why it came to place.
Young King is a journey to where I am now in my life. It starts with everything that's happened from just emotional wise, since dropping my first project and the growing pains of me learning myself and especially navigating through this industry, um, the ups and downs of dating in my life, the loss of my grandmother, the feelings that I had with that. It just tells the story of how I am. How did I become where I am now? It just gives that. It tells different sides of me. It tells my sex life. It talks about my personal life. It talks about my few breakups that I was dealing with in those eras, because I was dating a couple of people in between, doing all this stuff. So it's a project that's very close to me. It's a very good depiction of who I am and where I am now in my life. And I really am glad that I was able to put that together, because I feel like my music should give snapshots of who I am at that point in my life. And that's what the project is. And my favorite song off the project is ATL Game. ATL Game is my favorite song off the project right now. It's a mixture of me singing and rapping, so I'm in my Drake bag for this record.
Okay.
And on this project, y'all are gonna get a different sound. It's not gonna be the same sound that y'all are used to hearing. I'm playing with different sounds. I'm playing with different beats. I'm playing with different deliveries. Because, like I was telling Jamar earlier, I don't want to be trapped into just being known for yelling on the track all the freaking time. I really want to test myself as an artist to make different types of music, different types of vibes. Everything ain't got to be a twerk song. I want to be able to give variety. So I feel like with this project, I really pushed myself to explore music and explore myself as an artist.
You're just
I
being an
remember,
artist. You that's all it is. You're just being an artist, not just a rapper. You're being an artist, and I feel like an artist pretty much take out the time to, okay, I know I sound like this, but let me try this. Let me try that.
Yeah.
It's always okay to do that. So yeah. Go ahead, Jamal. Sorry, I'm trying to cut you off.
I remember because I think we were hotboxing. I was in the car with both Ricos, and Rico with K was working on something, and Cassadine was playing some of the stuff he had already. I think he didn't have any of the features at that time. I think he
Mm-mm.
had pieces of the song, but the features weren't recorded yet. I was like, "This is cute. I like this." And I played this. I was going to always talk about Painful Place. Painful Place. I know you had ready at that time, and I was like, "Yeah, that's the one. That's the one for me. This one is
Painful Place. Okay, so let me give y'all a update on Painful Place. Right now we're in the midst of working on the Mr. Season 3, and the Mr. Season 3 is coming with a soundtrack.
mm-hmm.
And some of the records that were going to be on this project are now being exclusively put for the project and used for the show. And Painful Place is one of those songs, because of the fact that that's me and Lamar. And Lamar is a new cast member on Chasing, not Chasing. Lamar is a new cast member on the Mister Season 3. He's playing one of my best friends. So I felt like with the tone of the script and the way things are going with this season, that song would be best fit for the show. And I think it would be shown really well with some of the things that are going on. So your song "Painful Place" has moved over to ACTV, and it will be featured on the ACTV soundtrack for the Mister Season 3, which I am helping create.
I was about to say,
Okay.
as long as this ends with it being housed somewhere and released, I was like, look,
Oh yeah, it's gonna get
wherever
used because
I
that's
get
one
it,
of my songs.
wherever I get it, as long as I can get
Yeah, you will
it.
be able to receive the
Right.
song.
Okay, great.
Okay. So the record you and I have called me was very personal for you as it regarded your grandmother. Now tell us about your grandmother and why your relationship with her was very important. Because before you even answer, it was very inspirational, honestly, seeing you talk about your grandmother and hearing you talk about your grandmother. Because truth be told, I don't know what it's like to have a grandmother, and both my grandmothers are alive. I've never had a relationship with none of my grandparents, and only one of I think my father's dad is deceased, but I didn't have a relationship with him. I I don't have a relationship with my mom's dad. Don't have a relationship with my dad's mom. Don't have a relationship with my mom's mom. So I see people like you talk about your grandparents and stuff, and I don't know what that's like to have grandparents. That's something that's not a part of me. So I want to hear you talk about your relationship and why is it important? Because I like to hear it, even though that's something I never had. It is inspirational to hear other people talk about it.
Well, my grandmother was like, that was my dog. That was my running buddy. Like I would be dropped. My mama would drop me off every summer at my grandma's house, and I would be with my grandma for a whole entire summer. And we would bake and we would garden, and I would go. She lived in a small town, so it was like I got to experience the small town life and the big city life. Like I would be there, I'd be riding my bike around the whole town and going to the Dixie Queen. Even though my grandma didn't like the Dixie Queen because it was a racist place back in the day, and she was like, "You ain't going there with the racist people." But then they got a Dairy Queen. When they finally got a Dairy Queen, I got to go to the Dairy Queen because the biggest place in her city, in her town, was the McDonald's. Everybody would go to the McDonald's. That was the hangout spot. And then when they built the Walmart, everybody was at Walmart. So that lets you know it was a small town.
Yeah,
So I enjoyed being around my grandmother and, growing up, being there and being able to be in the city and be outside and play outside in a big backyard and ride my bike up and down the street and I'm going to the corner store and meeting friends in different places. It was fun. Being with my grandmother was fun. Learning how to cook, learning how to bake. I learned how to bake from my grandma. I learned how to cook from my grandma. Um, Flowers, plants. Like if I was to show y'all the plants that we have outside, me and my mom and technically me and my dad plant them, and I take care of them. That's something that my grandmother used to love doing. So that was my dog. That was my dog. That was my road dog.
And they
But
yeah.
have a very Caucasian home, by the way.
huh?
I said, and they have a very large Caucasian home, by the way. So,
Oh
They
yeah,
do.
y'all been in my house.
They
very
do.
large
Most
Caucasian home.
definitely do. I was getting lost in that motherfucker.
We went
I'm
back to
like,
the place
what?
where Rico's at right now. I said, "Oh, this is my grandmother's section. His whole basically
Yeah,
sub
this was where I'm at is my grandma's section.
Yeah,
section.
I'm like,
This is my whole apartment."
that's
Yep,
what
I'm
I'm
sitting on
saying.
her patio. She had her own in-law suite. She had her own bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, everything like that. And like literally where I'm sitting right now is her patio. And I still got some of her flowers that she took care of inside the house growing. That has been my mission to help them grow and keep, blossoming and stuff. And yeah, that was my dog. That was my dog. That was my dog.
I just want to say that you are very fortunate to have that type, to have that. You know what I mean? Because people like me never had nothing like that. Like it be so amazing to hear my like I have a lot of friends that have like grandparent relationship. They talk about their grandfathers, their grandmothers all the time. And I'd be like, girl, I don't know what the fuck that's like.
Yeah, the funny thing is, okay, so my dad's mom, I lost her a year before my mom's mom died. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like they went back to back.
Oh.
So it was like my dad's mom died first, and then like a year and a half later, my mom's mom died. So it was like I had to deal with it both ways. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
both of them were very instrumental in teaching me a lot of stuff, especially about the kitchen. Cause my daddy's mama made the best fucking banana pudding ever. And I'm not talking about like I ain't talking about that box stuff that the if your mama is born in 1980 anything, she don't know how to make real banana pudding. Box mixed banana pudding is not banana pudding. That's just pudding. If you ain't using custard and making custard,
He said
it's
custard.
not banana pudding. If you do not put the banana pudding in the oven, it is not banana pudding. It's just pudding and crackers.
He got he got very passionate about the banana pudding,
I
y'all.
am very serious because I hate when people pass off pudding mix as banana pudding. I'll be so pissed off at these restaurants when I bite into it and it's just crackers and pudding. If I wanted banana pudding, I would have went to Kroger and made banana pudding. I want banana pudding. Pudding.
I cannot.
I get heated behind that. If you do not make a custard and you do not whip them egg whites and make it put that good confectionery sugar in there with a little vanilla and dab it on top and then sit it in the oven and let it bake for a minute, you are not making banana pudding. You are just making pudding.
I never cared much for the banana pudding either way. Maybe I haven't tried the good stuff.
Yeah,
But
you ain't tried no good banana pudding.
down the
Obviously.
My daddy mama used to put her foot in that, baby. That was the one thing I had to learn before I said, Grandma, you gonna have to teach me this. This I got to know. Cause these people be making pudding mix and I want banana pudding. The closest thing to good banana pudding I have had was this is it. They sort of kind of make it the real way, but I know they be using pudding too. I know they be using pudding. I can taste pudding.
Oh my God. Let me continue on because he had a whole rant about banana pudding time. But at the end of that event that you had, Oliver asked where Drew Friday was, and you said that she was not invited.
No, she
At the
was
beginning,
not.
so at the beginning of the season, y'all was introduced as family and stuff, and asked
Whoa,
where
whoa, whoa,
she,
whoa,
when he
whoa,
was calling
whoa.
you TT or whatever she was calling you. And
Okay, cause
so
y'all
let me
y'all
just say
lumping this family thing just because.
but as the season progressed, the relationship seems to have soured. So, in your own words, where did things go wrong with you and Drew Friday, and where's the relationship today?
It went wrong when she started talking. Words started coming out of her mouth. That's when it went wrong. But let me explain to this. That woman, okay, she called me TT, correct. And I want y'all to know, just because my sister got gay children, don't mean I know all them children. She got all types of gay kids. Some she deal with, some she don't. Some only come around to borrow shit, some that actually come around to help her in her real life. I ain't never saw that baby until filming. So you know she ain't one of them children that come around. Just being honest. So when she jumped in my face calling me TT, I said, "Oh, how, who child are you?" And she was like, "I'm Trinity child." I said, "Okay." Trinity got a lot of kids I probably don't know, but I've met most of them, especially the ones that come around. Um, so I was like, "Okay, girl, you Trinity's child. Okay, cool." I was willing to give her a chance. And then she started jumping in shit that ain't had nothing to do with her. And then I had to go call my sister and say, "Get your child." My sister said, "My who?" So I'm gonna leave it at that. But where we
Okay.
at now is we see each other. We good. We in a good space. Somebody asked me earlier, would you do I have a problem with her? No, I don't have a problem with her. Are y'all friends? No, we're not friends. We're friendly. We're real friendly. We're friendly.
Well,
Could I
that's
trust her? No, I would. I would not trust her off bat. It would take a long time for me to ever trust her. But we are friendly and we are in good spaces. Yes.
well, that is fair.
that's all you can
I
ask
can
for.
take that. That's fair. Now, when we look on the show, we see the chemistry between you and Mr. Wayne the Pain. And folks that watch the show think that there's a budding romance between the two of
Bitch,
y'all.
bring your ass back.
Are the two of you an item or not? Answer the question. Is y'all an item or not?
So all the people out here in the YouTube land and the Chasing Reality land can know me or Wayne are officially friends. We are good friends. We are really good friends.
Not officially friends.
We are officially good friends.
So
Wayne is my homeboy. Wayne is the homie. I talk to Wayne almost every other day, if not. If I don't hear from Wayne at least once a week, I call him like, "Bitch, I feel some type of way. I haven't heard from you this week."
hmm
But yeah, Wayne is my friend. Me and Wayne have not had any funny business. No funny business. Now, Jamar, you know I don't lie on my booty cat. I tell the truth. If anybody know, if I slept with somebody, I say it. You should know. So, no, me and Wayne are just good friends. That's it.
Okay.
I'm really thankful to have met somebody during this journey that could help me out mentally, because Wayne was there mentally when I felt like, you know how when people say you wrong so much, you start questioning after you know you didn't do something, you be like, well, girl, did I do it?
Oh, trust me, I know how that feels.
So Wayne was that person that was there for me to say, child, don't let these people bother you. Don't lose track of what you came here for. Stay true to yourself. And Wayne, and I think that's why the chemistry between me and Wayne is so good, is because Wayne is genuinely a genuinely sweet guy and a really good person.
Well, that's nice.
And Wayne has a boyfriend. Wayne has a man.
But you said they're not in the best place right now, so.
I mean,
the,
I did say that.
the girls be plotting, girl.
I don't be plotting because I don't want nobody plotting on me. So no, me and Wayne are just good friends, and shout out to Wayne, shout out to to his boyfriend, and shout out for his boyfriend actually not wanting to fight me or being okay with me expressing my crush on Wayne on the show. Shout out, shout out,
Catch me
because
outside.
couldn't have been me. Couldn't be me. I would have beat my fat ass up.
Go ahead, Jamar. Who's the next question?
I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her. So switching gears again, back to the actor. You did the assistant one, the assistant two with John Tate Productions, and doing the Mister season 3 with Watch ACTV. So what would be your next ideal type of role? Like, what will be the ideal character you would want to play?
I want to do a rom-com so bad.
Really?
Yes. I want to be the lead in a rom-com so bad.
So you want to be the one that gets married and have the cheesy outro music at the end credits?
Yes. I would love to be a Rebel Wilson. I would love to be that. Like, I want a rom-com. I think I'm funny enough, and I love love stories, and I think I'm awkward enough to play an awkward character, falling in love with somebody, and weird, crazy shit happen.
I can see that. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, Jamar played a killer. I mean,
Right. So anything can happen.
and he played that killer well. I didn't even recognize who that person was up there, child. I was
I'm
just
trying to think what other. I mean, mystery would be something I would like. I would like to do something mysterious. I've done horror. And magical, maybe something like that.
Some sci-fi shit.
Sci-fi, yeah, but rom-com is definitely at the top of my list, because I used to be scared to do comedy because I didn't want to get typecast as the funny fat friend or the funny fat guy. But I'm funny. I can't help it, and I love doing comedy because I like making people laugh. So I think a cute love story comedy would be so cute for me.
And that's another thing, because you two are actors. So I know this ain't got nothing to do with this interview. So I just want to ask y'all this. Do y'all ever be afraid that y'all play a role so well that after you are done playing that role, everybody give y'all accolades for the role? It seems like everybody only sees you doing that one damn role, and then you get typecasted to play some of the same roles over and over again. Not
That's
really.
Jesse. That's what I was scared about playing this character, Jesse. Jesse is so close to who I am as a person. I play him so very well to where people can see that being a character that I can always play. So that's the one thing I was scared about playing that character. I was scared to get typecast as that character. But now I'm like, if I do, I mean, hell, a lot of people have careers being typecast as a certain character.
Yeah, I mean, like Tasha Smith, for example, she always played the ghetto person in every movie she in. Like the loud ghetto person, every
And she
movie.
plays it so very well.
If it
Tasha
ain't
Mack is
broke,
that
don't fix
bitch.
it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bitch.
Well, hey.
And it's surprising because one of my favorite actresses, I have a lot, but one that I really look at because she makes me laugh regardless of what I'm watching. And I feel like I feel like we could be best friends in real life. And my character, me as a person, is so close to everything she plays. Raven Simone.
Mm.
I want to meet that woman so bad. Look, Rico's the only other person that has any appreciation for It's Over for the Cheetah Girls too. I sing that song at least twice, 2-3 times a week.
Oh my goodness.
Baby, I watch Cheetah Girls at the most randomest times. My mama was sitting here watching TV with me one day, and I randomly just started putting on Cheetah Girls just to sing the songs. Skipping through just, you can feel it in the rhythm. And this
Okay,
play.
and then Raven gave you that high kick in that song. I
Yeah,
always remember
you
that.
better start.
Boom!
Free your mind.
Listen, I will not
Come
put it on
on,
like Cheetah
come
Girls, brother.
on, come on.
Forever. See, Scotty's not even that type of game. He know nothing about what we're
Man,
talking
don't get me started because Cheetah Girls is my shit. I can recite that movie. Favorite song on earth from Cheetah Girls. It's over and I feel so alone. This is the sadness I never know. Yeah, that's my
Child, this is
song.
I know
And
I'm
Scotty
playing
had to leave.
nothing about this.
Well,
Come on.
and now the pain is here. Promises made, not meant to be broken.
Should have got
From
you.
a long time ago.
Oh
Oh,
boy,
bitch, I be practicing the voices and
It was
everything.
it'll be child.
Raven Simone busting up to the door. Don't let it be over.
I always say she had her Beyonce moment right there. That was her Beyonce moment. The fan was blowing. She had bust
Oh.
through everything. She was.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
I love Raven Simone. I'm sorry. I love Cheetah Girls. My bad. Back to topic.
I had to have that moment. So, anyway, so while at the cabin, we know that you and Dominique had your chance to address things, hash things out. So then this week's episode switched from y'all to Jay and Cameron's drama. Ooh. The edit made Jay look, for lack of a better word, crazy. So was that how it really played out in real life, or was that the show? Did the show accurately depict on how that situation played out?
That's how I mean. Cause it's no shade. You see us sitting there like, okay, Jay, so what do you want from this? Like, cause all we kept saying was we listening to you being upset and angry, but you not telling me. You say you want your respect. Okay, so what does respect look like for you? So what do you want from him? Do you want him to stop speaking upon you? What is it that you want? We didn't understand what he wanted. It just felt like he just wanted to yell and get shit off his chest. But we were like, okay, you're doing that. Now what? What do we do now?
Yeah, only because it's kind of like if you do present the problem, you have to try to present a solution at the same time. So it's like, so what do we do now? And I think he, was getting frustrated because he felt like the group wasn't taking his situation seriously when he, everybody else's situation. And I think maybe it was just the delivery, timing, things just weren't aligning in that moment, perhaps. But I was like, they're making Jay look insane.
But okay, I'm sorry, I keep adjusting the light. But in our heads, we didn't know what he wanted. Like, we're sitting here listening to you go off, and in our heads, everybody was thinking the same thing. Like, okay, you're mad. We get that. Now what? Because it's like, you can be mad all day, but are you going to tell us what you want out of it? Like, with me and Dominique, it was something to get out of it. Like, I was wrongly accused. And then I was made to look like the bad guy. Whether I got an apology or I didn't, I wanted an apology for my character being tainted. Like, you try to paint me as a home wrecker. I mean, it ain't too far away, but I mean, I ain't want your man. I ain't even know your man.
Well.
I didn't say they ain't far from it, but oops. Girl, I can't stand up.
So
But
my thing was, at least with me and Dominique, there was a resolution. Something could come from it. Like even if we didn't agree to disagree, or even if we did agree to disagree, or if we both apologized, something could have come from it. But in Jay's situation, we was like, well, what the fuck you want? So I think that's why a lot of people weren't so like too pressed to hear about it, because it's like you ain't telling us what you want from this. You just want to yell like
girl, somebody said good Coochie Cameron got the snatch.
good hell. He said he want that Boochie cat back. Yes, ma'am. He
Okay,
wanted some more Boochie cat, baby.
so from this last episode, one of the things I was surprised to hear, that there was like a back and forth between Willa and Oliver about whether or not he instigates things to get started, and you in the confession was like, you know what, girl, I love you, but and I'm like, this is coming from his friend.
I mean, it's no shame. Miss Willa wrapped Oliver right on up. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't lying. I love my friend dearly, and I get that when you are filming the show, you don't want shit to last forever. So, but Miss Oliver, you jumpstart the shit so quick sometimes. It be like action, go, and we there, and we already here, and we be like, damn, Oliver, you ain't gonna put no lube on it or nothing. You just gonna ram it in, ain't gonna spit nothing. You just gonna go straight on in head first, no kind of lube. Okay, well, let's go, and then shit go left. And then all of you be like, well, girl, I don't understand. Well, girl, how you don't understand? You the one keep jump started the shit.
I'm glad, because I was like, Oliver was almost at this season relatively unscathed compared to season 4, and it was like, hold up.
I love my sister dearly, but I love the fact that she likes to think, oh, what did I do? Girl, you jump started the shit. Like, yeah, you can't control what happened, but you also didn't have to start it.
Well,
I just wanted to hear you say it. Like, so that's really, I was surprised. I was like, oh,
it ain't no shame, but to be fair, I thought it was funny while watching it. That's why I said what I said in the confessionals, because I was, if you watching it and you're listening, I am cackling the whole time they're going back and forth. Because to me, it was hilarious watching Willa gaslight Oliver so bad. Because she was like, oh yeah, you do start the shit there. I was like, Willa, you are stupid. You are gaslighting this man. You know this man is about to feel some type of way about you saying this. But I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to sit back, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy laughing at it. So when I did my confessionals, I was hollering watching it back. Will was like, but you do ask the questions.
right. But because he's like, but do I do this?
That get the shit started.
Because of your questions.
Because of your questions. I was like, Willa, bitch, yes, ma'am. You is not going to let this man is not about to have a breath with Willa in the room. I was like, Willa said, you ain't going to get away like you don't really jumpstart it. Every conversation that has happened at any kind of point in time, Oliver is in the mix somewhere. And it's not even funny because y'all were there when Oliver was like, y'all want to play a game? And everybody said, no, we don't. No, Scotty, you were there.
when?
Remember at the thing that we ain't seen yet with the thing?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that.
Was Jamar at the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there too.
Remember when we were all sitting at the table? It was right before we started. We had more time, and then Oliver was at the table like, no, let's play a game.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I remember now.
I remember it now.
Oliver was like, let's play a game, and everybody turned to Oliver and said, hell no, we ain't about to play no game.
The energy was not, we was like, we're going to be real careful.
Because Oliver games always end up going left. Somehow, way, shape, or form, it always goes left. I wasn't throwing shade at my sister. I really just thought it was funny how Willa got into him like that. I just thought
But
it was
she really was
hilarious.
coming for him, like she was going in, like she wasn't going in, but she was coming for him, like she
It was
told
the
him.
it was the because of your game. That it was that for me. That took me out. I was hollering so loud when she said that. Because in my head I'm going now, Oliver, she kinda right though. She kinda right. You can't get mad at her, she right. She right, Oliver. Every game you done suggested to play has turned into be World War III on this show. So Oliver, she right.
Well, we've reached a little over the halfway point of the season, so without giving anything away, what are you excited for the audience to see from you going forward?
I'm excited for you to see next week's episode. I'm excited for you to see Chasing the Beat. Chasing
I
Atlanta
literally
has
just saw
really,
that
really
promo.
done their thing this season, and it is going to be a great conclusion to a great season.
Mm, I
Agreed.
can't wait. Okay, so would you return for another season if asked? Why not?
If and Dario want me to do anything, I'm there.
Well, that's
If Dario say he need me today to start filming for something now, I'm filming it tonight. What Dario want, I'ma give him. If he want me back, I will be there, guns blazing. I promise you. If Dario was to bring me back, I will not. I will never leave Chasing Atlanta until Dario says we no longer need you. Cause bitch, it has been a long time for me trying to get on this, and I ain't going nowhere until Dario don't want me.
Period.
In the words of Kendra and Wayne, until Dario say it, I'ma do it.
Shout out to
Okay.
you. Shut up. Shut up.
Well, Jamar, go ahead and take us into the game, child.
So, towards the end of all the interviews, I know we got a little bit of time left. We, like to play a little game where we're going to say every cast member on the show, you give us your first thought, phrase, whatever you want to say about that person, give it what
Okay.
you get to do.
This could be dangerous.
I know.
Of course.
So, we're going to start off one by one. Drew Friday.
Girl, damn. Start off messy, huh? Why don't we? Um, Drew Friday, entertainer.
Troy.
That's you.
A boss.
Cameron.
Good coochie.
Obviously. Ike.
9.8.
Dominique.
Chasing Atlanta, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m.
Girls.
I'm just
Aaron
playing.
Thomas.
Dominique. Interesting.
Aaron Thomas.
Interesting.
Oh.
Miss Oliver Twist.
Fairy God nerd.
Kendra.
Queen.
Wayne the Pain. That's just not
Heart
even.
emoji.
Rico with a K.
Great person.
Willa Michelle.
That's my bitch. That's my bitch.
And Jay Amore.
Interesting person. And I don't want y'all to think that interesting is being shady. No. Everybody I said was interesting, I feel has something that they didn't get to show, but I got to see that the people didn't get to see. So they're interesting because they all have different layers, but they didn't get to really show those layers.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Like Jay's good people. Aaron is very, very motherfucking silly. Y'all really did not get to see Aaron this season. Aaron is really silly as fuck. He really is a great person to hang around, and he has very great spirit. And no shade, even Dominique. Dominique has a very interesting past. So it's like he got a lot going on, and this season was a lot for him. So I didn't get to meet Dominique. I got to meet someone else, and unfortunately, it happened to be a bad representative of him. And so I find him to be interesting. I don't know what next season might hold if I'm lucky enough to come back.
So, what advice would you give to someone who wants to sort of get into music, get into acting, or just being a performer or entertainer in general?
Grow thick skin. Grow thick skin, and if you can't handle the comments, don't read the comments.
At the honesty, period. That's the thing.
That's the biggest thing.
Do what you want to do. Just prepare to do it authentically and not give a damn about what people think.
Right, because the comments will have you ready to fight a bitch.
And I've been doing YouTube for so long, I'm just now starting to get to that point where I don't care.
I find the comments to be funny. So I personally read them to get a good chuckle.
So that's what they be talking about.
Because I have been called all types of things. I have heard the story be told 5 different types of ways in the comments. And I sometimes be like, girl, what show are y'all watching? But whatever y'all watching is very entertaining because it is tickling my soul.
Oh, God. So at the end of all of our interviews, we like to ask, the guests, did you have a good time? Do you feel like Scotty and I did our jobs as the host of the show? Like, give us your feedback.
I thoroughly had a wonderful time. We cackled, we laughed. Y'all tried to be messy. It didn't work. But I feel like we had a great kiki.
Okay.
I'm just pissed that my shit started fucking up at the beginning before we could even start it. That's the part I'm really mad about. But all in all, I had a good time. For real.
Yeah.
We kept it going. One of these days because Scott will be back in town next week.
Oh, come on.
Cause I was like, we didn't get to ask her about Tanana Cassadine because I never get to see Tanana Cassadine.
What about her? She dead. Rest her soul. She good and dead. I'm so sorry. She died. Rest her soul. She was a lovely woman. God bless her.
Well, shit, never mind. All right. Well, thank you, sisters. I love you so much. We had a great time here. We're going to have to watch the Cheetah Girls one day so we can just
yes, because we are sisters.
That's a good one.
Let's get together.
Watch the Queen's World.
Just as long as we ain't watching the third one, because after Raven leaves, it's no longer Cheetah Girls.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That never happened.
I don't understand. Cheetah 3 never happened. I've been giving it a shot after shot after shot. It's cut, but it's missing Raven.
I watched it. I sure did. It was on my screen.
It was cute. But it was no Cheetah Girls 1 or 2.
Not in the slightest.
But I got a question. Would you be down, Jamar? Would you be down for a Cheetah Girls reboot? Not when I say reboot, with Chuchi and Bubbles being mothers of the new generation.
But see, they kind of took that storyline already in Musical Raven's Home, but just with Chelsea.
But that no, they don't have to live together. They could be married, and they have their own daughters. And Raven's daughter wants to become a singer, and
so they're supporting now. They're in the background, and the kids are the new girls.
Yeah, but then you still get the Cheetah Girls reunion because they come back. The girls come back and do a performance for the younger girls.
Good luck getting Keely Williams to participate.
Okay, they can cast the original person, Solange. Oh, you didn't know Solange was originally casted for that role?
I did not know that.
Solange was originally supposed to play. That's why she's a Texas girl.
Why didn't she do it?
Because that was during Solo Star era.
Huh.
That was doing her first album, her first project drop, and Matthew pulled her from the project to promote her album.
And he
I'm
didn't do
not
a
mad at it
lot.
though. I feel like Keely's attitude fit the character better. I feel like that would have been more believable.
Think about bringing it on with Solange. Solange could have killed that.
I just wish I could see it in the alternate universe. I wish I could see what that would look like. But you know what? We got what we got. It's still iconic. I love
And
Aqua.
no shade, if we do a reboot and we can surely bring her on to slide right back into the spot because Keely really isn't that needed. It could be a nice swap.
Well, hold on.
No, Keely's not needed. She's not.
Okay,
There's nothing you can tell me that makes it.
I'm gonna give Keely 5. I'm gonna give Keely like 15 seconds. The breakdown of Strut
Would have been nasty with Solange. Strut would have been nasty.
But Keely gave. She gave you a 1-2.
But I really feel like vocally they would have gave Solange a little bit bigger singing role than they gave Keely.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Solange and Raven kind of sound like
it still could have worked out.
Either way, the alternate universe. I didn't know that, so that's a fun fact.
Oh, Google it. I mean, not Google it, but you look it up on YouTube. Solange was initially supposed to be casted in the role of, is it Galleria?
No, Galleria was Raven. That was Aqua.
Aqua. She was supposed to be the original Aqua. And I still say if they do an adult version, they can slide Solange right in there. Because Keely a little out of shape. She don't look the same. I don't think I'm not body shaming at all. I'm not body shaming. But Keely don't want to sing no way.
Are you going to bring Dorinda back?
Of course you're going to bring Dorinda back.
Because people said they can get rid of her. But I'm like, y'all slept on Dorinda because Dorinda had her own scene.
Dorinda was the dancer, no shade.
She wore
Dorinda like, Okay, y'all, we off subject now. Okay, interview. Okay.
But yeah, thank you again so much, sister. I love you so much. We'll see you again hopefully sometime next week when Scotty is in town. I know you got to go do your thing on Instagram Live.
I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for having me, and I appreciate everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming.
No problem. See you later.
Bye, y'all.
See you later.